Thank you, Mark, and a big hello from London. The tumultuous time in weekly and monthly patterns continues, with quite a few significant patterns formed at the end of last week and last month. I'll start with the weekly patterns first, and we had a weekly key reversal up last week in UK FTSE futures, right at the top of the market, and just as we had changeover as well. This week we have gap down due to changeover, but we are still within last week's range, and we have an interesting gap above between 85.75 to 86.14, which we have seen some, if limited, attempts to fill in. We also saw a weekly key reversal up in spot silver last week, which has seen an excellent follow-on higher this week. Over in Japan, we had a weekly key reversal down last week in Osaka JGB futures, right at the low of the market, the lowest low since 2011. This week we have seen an excellent follow-on even lower, making fresh lows not seen for about 14 years. Over now to Chicago wheat futures, and we had the unusual situation last week that Chicago wheat had both a weekly key reversal up and a monthly key reversal up for January. Well, this week we have seen an excellent follow-on higher to both of these patterns, making new highs not seen since early November last year. This weekly key reversal up in Chicago wheat was also mirrored in Kansas City wheat, which likewise had an excellent follow-on higher this week. Moving now to Chicago corn futures. Last week had a weekly key reversal down, but only just. This week? Well, this week we have seen the construction already within effectively 2 and a bit sessions. The opportunity to see an immediate countering weekly key reversal. Thus, if we close this Friday, the 7th of February, either over 497 or under 493, well then we'd be on. Right now, we are looking at immediate countering weekly key reversal up. Elsewhere, we had a weekly key reversal up last week in spot Plat, which this week has only just today started to show a follow-on higher. And we had a weekly key reversal down last week in EEX butter futures, which has also seen a follow-on lower this week, down towards the lows seen in December last year. Now moving now on to the monthly charts for January 2025, and I've already dealt with Chicago wheat having both a weekly and monthly key reversals up. So I should now mention the monthly key reversal up seen in Minneapolis wheat futures in January. This has seen a suitable follow-on higher now, with prices today tackling the long moving average, currently at 635, and like Chicago wheat, testing up to levels not seen since early November last year. In the currencies, we had an interesting selection of monthly key reversals down in US dollar CNY, the onshore Chinese yuan, US dollar Israeli shekel, US dollar Thai baht, US dollar Polish zloty, US dollar Russian ruble, as well as euro against the Hungarian forint. However, the one I am keeping my eye upon was the monthly key reversal down in Bitcoin in January, which saw an immediate follow-on lower this past Monday, but which has since recovered back towards January's close. There were also monthly key reversals up in January in spot palladium, which has neither seen a follow-on higher or really a move lower since, and in the Philex Semiconductor Index, which has not seen a follow-on higher, though has also seen only a limited move lower, and we're still within last week's range. Finally, there was a monthly key reversal down in January in NYMEX Henry Hub NatGas futures at the top of the recent market. This also has not seen a follow-on lower as yet, however prices are still hesitating around the monthly lows seen last week. As always, I'm happy to answer any direct questions with anyone who's interested, and with that I'll finish this section from London, and I hope that you found these comments useful.
Thank you for listening and watching this broadcast. This weekly broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. The copyright is Eddie Tofpick and ADM Investor Service International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.